channel Chalk and Duster. This is Anis Fatima, host and the admin of this group. History is a race between education and catastrophe. History seems a mystery until solved. I am here to solve your mystery of history, so let's get started. Let's begin the chapter. Advent of European to India. There were a great demand of Indian spices in European market. In 15th century, there were a great demand for the Indian spices like pepper, cardamom, ginger and many other spices in Europe. The trade and commerce between Asia and Europe was taking place throughout the city of Constantinople. The Constantinople was also known as the gate of European trade. Why the city of Constantinople was also known as the gate of European trade? Because this was the only land route between India and Europe. In the year 1453, Ottoman Turks captured the city of Constantinople. When the Ottoman Turks captured the city of Constantinople, the gate of European trade, they started asking many taxes on goods passing through this route So, as a result, the merchants, they felt that if they are going to pay land revenue or the land taxes to the Ottoman Turks, then the trade was not profitable for them. So this was the only reason that give roots to founding the new sea routes to India. So here the invention of compass, astrolabe, gunpowder and many other inventions was taken place in the 15th century. Why? Because to found the new sea routes to the India. Why they started? Why the merchants gave importance to the founding the new sea routes to India? Because of the Turks. Ottoman Turks started levying too many taxes on the goods. So they felt that the trade will be not profitable for them. So that's why they started encouraging courageous sailors to find the new sea routes. Here, in this scenario, they went to the Henry the Navigator. He was from the Portuguese. He was a Portuguese navigator. At that time, he started a navigation school for the new learners and also for the new navigators and sailors. The merchants went to the Henry and they gave lots of money to the Henry to found the new sea routes. So like this, the founding of new sea routes was started. The Vasco da Gama, the Portuguese navigator, sailor, he reached first to Koppadu near Calicut on the east coast of India in the year 1498. See here students, who came first? Which Europeans came to India first? The Portuguese are first to reach India and they are last to they arrive first and they went last. So Portuguese navigator Vasco da Gama, he found a new sea route to India and he reached to Koppadu near Calicut on the east coast of India in the year 1498. See, in 1498, the Portuguese came to the country. They found a new sea route, and after the Vasco da Gama, here the Portuguese started their what you can say, what is the main purpose of these 4 Europeans to come India? Why they came to the country? Only purpose of doing the trade business, trade and commerce. So the correct sequence of an establishment of European country: first Portuguese, PEDF. First, who came? Portuguese in the year 1498, Vasco da Gama. Next, English in the year 1600. After that, Dutches came to the country in the year 1602. French 1664. So like this, Portuguese, first Europeans who arrived to the country was Portuguese. Vasco da Gama. After the Vasco da Gama, Francisco de Almeida. Francisco de Almeida arrived in India as the Viceroy of Portuguese. See, when they came to the country, they started establishing their factories, their monopoly rule, and also they started their warehouses. After the Vasco da Gama, Francisco de Almeida arrived in India as the Viceroy of Portuguese. Here, one important thing about the Francisco de Almeida was he implemented the blue water policy. Friends, what is the blue water policy here? Blue water policy was the policy which was started by the Francisco de Almeida. He wanted supremacy over the sea. See, this Portuguese, they gave more importance to the sea routes and commerce which was going through from the sea routes. So they gave more importance to the sea and they started the blue water policy over the they wanted supremacy over the seas. After the Francisco de Almeida, Alfonso de Albuquerque, who came after the Almeida, was considered as the real founder of the Portuguese Empire. See friends, so why Vasco da Gama came? He only entered. He was the first European to reach to the country, but he was not the founder of the Portuguese Empire. Almeida, he gave the water policy. He implemented. He was also not a real founder, but here Alfonso de Albuquerque, who came after the Almeida, he was considered as a real founder of the Portuguese Empire. Why? Because he waged a war against the Bijapur Sultans. And at that time, the Bijapur was the Sultans of Bijapur, they are very strong rulers of South India. So what he did, he declared a war against the Sultans of Bijapur in the year 1510 and owned the Goa from the Sultan of Bijapur. So this is the biggest achievement of Alfonso de Albuquerque. And also he became and he captured the Goa from the Sultan of Bijapur, and Goa became the administrative center of Portuguese. So this is the biggest achievement of Alfonso de Albuquerque. So that's why he was known as the real founder of Portuguese Empire. You have to remember this. Why the Alfonso de Albuquerque known as the real founder of Portuguese Empire. So here Portuguese, we completed Portuguese, how they came to country, how they found the empire, how they found their monopolies, how they started their business. Dutches are from Holland or Netherlands. They established United East India Company in the year 1602. They established warehouses. What is the meaning of warehouses? Oftenly we are hearing the word warehouses. Warehouses is a place where the merchants or where a market, you can say, a storage house where the storage things will be keep. So the warehouses, they started building the warehouses in Surat, Bharuch, Kambe, Cochin, Nagapatnam, Machilipatnam and Chinsurr. So in the Dutches, we have to remember Dutches are from Holland or Netherlands, and also they started their company in the year 1602, and they established their warehouses, storage houses in Surat, Bharuch, Kambe, Cochin, Nagapatnam, Machilipatnam and Chinsurr. In this, we have to remember this. But we are moving to our important subtopic, which is English. After the Dutches, who arrived to the country? English. See, English, who ruled on our country over 200 years, how they came and how they started their trade business with the India, and how they became from the business, from the trade and commerce, they started their empire, how they built the empire and how they did this. So we are going to learn deeply about the settlement of English in the India. See, in the year 1600, December 31st, 31, Queen Elizabeth issued a royal charter. In the year 1600, the Queen Elizabeth, she gave the permission to the British East India Company to do trade with Eastern countries. So with the prior permission of Queen Elizabeth, the Britishers arrived to India in 16th century, and the emperor, the great King Emperor Jahangir, the Mughal Emperor Jahangir, he gave a permission to the British to establish their first warehouse in Surat. See, when they arrived to India, Britishers, they first established their warehouse in Surat. This is very important. Oftenly this question is asking for 1 mark for objectives also, which is the first where the Britishers established their first warehouse. Answer is Surat. So in the year 1613, they started their business firmly. They started. In the year 1617, Thomas Roe arrived to royal court of the Jahangir. Again, first they asked the permission only for the establishing their business in Surat, establishing their warehouses in Surat. But again in the year 1617, Thomas Roe, he was the royal ambassador or the royal representative of King James I. He arrived to Mughal Emperor Jahangir, and he asked the permission to establish their factories in other places of Mughal Empire. Then Jahangir again agreed. Again he granted the permission to establish, and like this Britishers established their warehouses in many other places of Mughal areas. Agra, Ahmedabad, Bharuch and many other areas are there. After that, In the year 1639, British took Madras from the king of Chandragiri and established a strong fort St. George. See here, students, what they did. The Britishers are famous for their policies and their cunning strategies. So what they did, they asked very politely, they asked the permissions to our Indian rulers, and slowly they started building, giving strength to their empire, to their business, to build new forts and fort walls. So what they did, when they got the Madras from the king of Chandragiri, they established a strong fort of St. George. And in the year 1668, Charles II, he was the Prince of England, he gave Bombay to the Britishers as an annual rent of the 10 pounds. So like this, the Bombay also comes under the Britishers. So here, this is the next biggest achievement of the Britishers, that they got the Bombay. Next, in the year 1690, English purchased 3 villages, Kalikata, Purana and Sutanauti. These 3 villages they purchased on the bank of river Hooghly and built a very famous fort. They built a very famous fort of Fort William. Fort William was the very strong fort of Britishers, and also the city of Calcutta grew around this fort by 17th century. This fort gave a very strong beginning or the strength to the British Empire. So here, in the British Empire, so finally the British established their presidencies. What is the presidencies? You can say the centers, headquarters or the office. So finally the Britishers established their presidencies, their centers in Bombay, Madras and Calcutta. This is also a very important question, and oftenly the asking the question where the Britishers, the first starting 3 presidencies of the Britishers, they started their presidencies, offices, headquarters from the Bombay, Madras and Calcutta. So like this, Britishers, they started the trade and commerce business with the Indians, and slowly with the name of business, they established their strong empire. They ruled over on our country over 200 years, and like this, we completed the British East India Company and foundation of the British East India Company. After the Britishers, French French East India Company. The French East India Company was established in the year 1664. French established their factories in Machilipatnam, Chandranagar, Mahe, Karikalu, Kasim Bazar and Balasur. They started their warehouses from Machilipatnam, Chandranagar, Mahe, Karikalu and Kasim Bazar, Balasur. Dupleix was the first Governor General of French East India Company, and the Frenchies wanted the strong area of India, that was South India. At that time, South India was a strong region of India, and all the Europeans wanted their supremacy over the South India. So this Frenches also wanted the supremacy over the southern part of India. So that's why they fought Carnatic wars with the Britishers. Here, Britishers also wanted the supremacy over South India. So for the getting South India, getting power on the South India, supremacy over the South India, the Frenches and Britishers fought the battle of three Carnatic wars. So here we completed this chapter, which was consist of arrival of 4 European countries, how they came to the India. First Portuguese they came, and Portuguese are last to went. So we completed the chapter arrival of European countries to the India, advent of European. After this, I am going to explain in detail about the 3 Carnatic wars. That was very important. After that, Battle of Plassey and Buxar. These 5 battles and wars are very famous in the modern Indian history. So this is the very important for the understanding. So in the next session, I'm going to explain briefly about in detail about this Carnatic War as well as the Plassey and Buxar. So here we finish. So hope you all are doing well. Be safe. Stay at home. Goodbye.